Everybody wants to stand out and everybody talks about breaking free from society and from the matrix, but very few actually accomplish what the 1% can do. And this is because they're stuck in habits that society tells them are okay to do and that are okay to keep. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So my name is Mariana Lusosa, and if you're new here, I'm on a mission to help this generation and future generations to come break out of the matrix so they can make money, they can live in their purpose, and they can achieve complete sovereignty in their life. So today I'm going to give you the 5 habits that made me stand out, that made me different, and actually got me ahead of most people that I knew. And I had so many comments from teachers that I talked to, friends, coworkers, people that I met on the street, telling me how it was really weird that I was doing these things and it was like not normal, while I found them completely normal to me in my life, right? And so I'm going to share with you what these 5 things are and how you can incorporate them in your life. And at the end of this video, I will share with you an action plan so you can do this step by step and actually incorporate this permanently in your life instead of just watching this video and then going on to your next motivational video, especially with that 5th habit that I'm going to share with you. A lot of people tend to get this one wrong or forget about it or just feel like they want to do it but they don't know how. So I'll do my best to simplify it and get you to success. So let's just jump into the first habit. The first habit is waking up early. So I personally wake up at 4 in the morning, and when people ask me about my routine or my morning, or when we get to conversating and this comes up, a lot of people are in shock, or they're like, why? They're just kind of like intimidated almost too, because not a lot of people can do this every single day. And I wake up at 4 at the same time every day, 4 in the morning, 7 days a week. And I just don't like to break my patterns and break my routines and get myself off balance. And so the reason I do this is because the earlier you're up, the more energy you have, the more you can soak up the focus and just the environment of everybody being asleep. There is so much power in knowing that you're one of the few people who is already getting ahead in their day, who's already getting the work done, who's already moving towards what they know they love and have to work for. There are no distractions, there's no stress, there's no one calling you, because the 1%ers are not going to call you at 5 in the morning. They're going to be doing their own thing as well. And everybody else who's not in the 1% is obviously going to be sleeping. Do you have to actually get up at 4 in the morning? No, it's very recommended. I think that it just depends on what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve, and how much time you need in that day, and by when you want to accomplish that certain thing. So there are a lot of factors that dial into this. Again, in the very last minutes of this episode, I'll share with you some things that you can do to kind of figure out what time you should wake up at. But I personally kind of started dialing it down by like half an hour. I started at 6 a.m. Then it was like 5:45 or 5:30. And it was like 5 in the morning, and then like a month later I did 4:30, and then I just jumped to 4, and that's kind of what I've stuck with. But this is kind of the time where I get to plan, I get to strategize, I get to get ahead on my work. And while everybody else is sleeping and resting, this is where I stand out. This is where I'm getting ahead and I'm getting the work done. So if you want to stand out, consider waking up earlier. And on the flip side of that, habit number 2 is going to sleep early, because again, we're waking up early. And while there is this huge trend in the whole working hard aesthetic of going to sleep late and waking up early, I find that it distracts me. Like, it just kind of breaks my focus. For example, like these past 3 days have been hectic. I've been all over the place, and I've been getting like 4 to 5 hours of sleep, and I usually get 6 to 7. And so my focus has been just not on top or where it should be at. But when you go to sleep early, and so I personally used to go to sleep before these couple of weeks hit at 8 p.m. And when people were like, hey, do you want to go out with us? Or like, what are you doing tonight? And I told them, like, no, I have a bedtime. I go to sleep at 8. And they're like, oh, did your parents set that for you? And I was like, no, it's just me. And so people were actually really confused by that. I just think that when the later it gets, when you tend to go out and make decisions late at night, like going out to parties or drinking or hanging out with friends that you don't even like, you tend to make stupid decisions at stupid times of the day, right? I heard that from someone and I just stuck to it. It's true. I also don't text anyone after 8 p.m. or before 8 in the morning. One, because before 8 in the morning, I just feel like I need to like lock in, I need to get ahead, I need to work. I'm not desperate to, reply to anyone, whatever. And then after 8 p.m. is when like all my emotions are all over the place. I can't think straight. Maybe I'm thinking about doing something stupid, or I'm bored, I'm tired, I want to get the day over with, and I'm going to say something that I regret, or something that may actually start some kind of drama or incident, and we've all been there. And a quick hack for anybody that says, well, I'm just not a morning person, or I'm just a night owl, I get all my work done at night. I think that that's bullshit. You can literally choose whatever you want to be. I used to think of myself as a night owl. When I was a kid, I would wake up like at noon and I would go to sleep like at 12 or 1 in the morning. And that was just a couple of years ago, really. But what I tend to do when those kind of like things happen, I get off schedule, maybe I'm on vacation, time zone is different, is literally just have to sacrifice one day. So that one day, wake up early. You're gonna be tired because again, you slept late last night. You went to bed at 3 in the morning, whatever. Go through your day. You're gonna be hella tired, and then you're gonna want to sleep earlier. And so that's kind of how I tend to fix my schedule when I get off track. And so if this is something that you want to try out, I recommend doing that as well. Habit number 3. This is literally so fucking simple, but rarely anybody does it. And it's also such an attractive trait. And this is being ambitious and working hard. Nowadays, in our generation, the quality and the value in hard work has disappeared. Like, nobody sees any value in it because we can literally track our food from fucking DoorDash coming to our door. That is how lazy we've gotten, right? And so being able to have an ambition that's greater than yourself, that has an impact on the world, whether you want to start a business, whether you want to teach something, whether you want to go out there and show something that you made, or show yourself and put your name out there, however big or small that calling is for you. I mean, if it's your ambition, to go after it is something that very few people actually do. Okay, habit number 4. Please do not misunderstand this, but connecting with older people. Let me break this down for you. So, I used to hang out with people my age or even younger. Like, I think my first boyfriend was a couple of months younger than me. I've always hung out with like kind of people my age, right? I used to go party, I used to drink. Yeah, I used to like go out with different people I didn't know, people I knew. And I just realized how boring it was to me, how pathetic, how useless, how it was just a waste of time for me, right? And again, like, I'm not saying hanging out with people your age is a bad thing, but being able to break out of that mindset that school kind of puts on us, that hey, like, stick with your grade, stick with your group, stick with your people, don't learn from anybody else because it's weird. I really don't understand why they have to separate people by certain ages, because when I realized that I actually enjoyed talking to random older people on the street, learning from them, I connect with a lot of older businessmen nowadays. I work with them. I work alongside of them. I work for them. I work with them. Some mentors that are like 60, 70, and I'm I'm good. Like, I just love just sitting down and watching them talk about their life story, watching them connect with who they are, and just giving me so much wisdom, and realizing that at our age we don't know jack shit. Or at least for me, that was like a terrifying truth to come through. Like, I don't know jack shit. I'm 17, right? And so at first, when I started connecting with older people, it was very intimidating for me, because I was like, fuck, what did they think of me? Fuck, like, I should know this. Or like, what if I look pathetic to them? And then I just came to the conclusion that I'm going to be confident in what I know, but I'm also willing to learn from these people because I actually enjoy connecting with them, and they have so much to teach me, and they can get you light years ahead. Most people stay in their comfort zone by hanging out with people that are just like them, people who are literally replicates of you, because you're scared to go out there and find different opinions, find someone to disagree with, find someone who doesn't look like you or has different beliefs or different religions or just a whole different age. I'm not saying go out there and find yourself a goddamn sugar daddy or a sugar mama. No, but I'm just saying this from a point of just learning and just making sure you're using every leverage point that you have. So when you see someone successful on the street, or you meet someone, you go to an event and you meet someone, connecting with them, realize that it's not a bad thing. And this last habit is the one that trips people out the most, and this is bringing ideas to life. Okay, I used to feel like, okay, something was too hard, something felt impossible, and I just didn't do it. And a lot of people are that way too. They get an amazing idea for a business. They get like this sudden urge to pursue a career rather than the one that they're already in and they're bored at, and it wasn't even something they wanted. They just got pressured into it, but they just let it go. They just deem it as impossible. They deem it as in, it's not possible for me, or who am I to do that? And all of this self doubt starts clouding you. All of this, like, these questions and this, like, sense of dread of, like, it's gonna be too hard, I'm not meant for this, just stick to what you already have. It starts clouding your mind. This is how society kills your dreams and kills your ambition. Whenever you have an idea, a passion, something that you know is calling your name, it's something greater than you, some sort of goal, no matter how small or big you start, just run with it. Like, just take it, break it down. I have a whole nother video on breaking down your goals, and if you join the Rebellion Network, which is a group that I created for people like us, like-minded people, the people who want to become the 1% and make money and become free and live the lifestyle that they want to build and create, then the link is down below. But I have a whole course on there on breaking down goals and just getting started, because that's what people fail to do the most, is get started. And so it's so simple. Like, hear me out. It's so simple. You have an idea, you identify it as, like, okay, this is what I have to do. I've been, like, called to do this. Okay, some greater power, whatever faith you believe in, like, literally planted the seed in you to go after this. Okay, and you just write it down. Write down what you need to do to get there, and then just put that in order, like steps. Okay, I have to do X, Y, and Z. These are the steps to do X, these are the steps to get Y, and these are the steps to get Z. And you put them in order, and you start from the bottom and start climbing your way up. I was literally talking to a guy the other day who joined the Rebellion Network, and he was like, I'm trading, but I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what my goal is. And I was like, break it down. Like, find a mentor that's already done what you want to do, and find, like, the steps. And he sent me a video, and I was like, okay, now break down the steps in that video. And then he broke it down, and then I was like, okay, now put them in order. And then he put them in order, and all I was doing was just, like, guiding him along, but he did the work. He had all the resources and all the tools. So these are the 5 habits that made me different, and I believe that everybody has the potential to do the same. The only question is, are you ready to do that for yourself and for the future that you want to create? You really have to be ready to leave everything you've known behind, to embrace this kind of living differently and this new way of the lifestyle that you're creating and these new habits, and not by adding more habits to your routine, or by, filling up your agenda with a lot of busy, useless work, but by replacing habits that are useless, that are not getting you the results that you want and aren't going to get you ahead or make you stand out in any way. This is all on you, and if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you left a comment below and if you subscribed. And honestly, like, I'll make you a deal. Go to my Instagram and TikTok, follow me, and then in a week, if I just didn't do anything to add value to your life, I didn't like say anything that helped you out, then you can unfollow me. Okay? Deal? I will see you in my next video, and I hope this helped. I will leave the action steps on what you have to do to start incorporating these habits permanently in your life in just like 3 seconds. I'll see you in the next video.